What's up, everyone, and welcome to this special episode. I always say special episode, but you know what? They are all special because we have special guests for FaceTurn with Candace, Cordelia. I'm your host, Candace, Cordelia, and sitting virtually right next to me, Warrior Wrestling Champion and MLW superstar, KC Navarro. Yes, he's blessed. He's blessed.
I know you said it's a special interview, but I think this specific one is a blessed one. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. You already know this is probably the most blessed interview I will have because I'm with the truly blessed KC Navarro, and he has his title. It's so beautiful. It's so pretty. Congratulations, KC.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about this big win?
Blessed, I guess is the word. I feel pretty good. I mean, who would have thought I would have came in, cashed in, and beat Brian Pillman Jr. and the former champ, Will Ospreay? Who would have thought?
My goodness. I mean, both two phenomenal talents. Will Ospreay currently on a tier with All Elite Wrestling. We just saw him on Forbidden Door with Orange Cassidy, and here you are, defeating him and Brian Pillman Jr., another AEW superstar, with this title. I mean, when it comes to Will Ospreay in general, how did it feel to be in the ring with him?
Oh, man, it was great. I mean, obviously for a lot of younger guys like me, Will is an inspiration to a lot of us. He kind of created that new style that all of us look to and try to emulate and try to be like. And for me to have the opportunity to learn from Will and be in that position, have something to do with Will, I mean, that's a dream for a guy my age. I mean, there's not a lot of guys my age that can say they did that, considering everything he's doing with New Japan and stuff like that. So for Warrior to give me that opportunity to work with Will and me getting to learn from Will, man, I'll always be grateful for that.
Absolutely. And that's such a nice thing to say. We, over the past, I want to say from the start of the year, we've enjoyed watching everything that you've been doing, KC, and not just with Warrior Wrestling. I mean, you've been having a fantastic run across the board with other promotions such as MLW, Battle Slam. I saw you recently doing your thing with Battle Slam. We have NEW. I mean, the list goes on and on. What's it been like since the top of this year? And since we last spoke, we spoke last October. It seems ages ago.
Isn't that long? Wow.
I know. It was last October 2021, MLW, when you were in Philadelphia. I mean, just for that 12-man elimination match alone, you were pumped and you were amped. And we talked about how things could potentially go for you in the future. But who knew going into 2022, the year that you're having? I mean, what are your thoughts about everything that's transpired since January of this year going forward?
It is, for one thing, overwhelming. It's unbelievable. Like I always tell people, God's timing's perfect. And I guess it's my time. And things have just been popping off left and right, from me doing my stuff at MLW to doing my stuff at Warrior to going over to like Northeast Wrestling and taking on guys like Flip Gordon, JT Dunn, their best guys. And then like going to House of Glory and facing guys like Red in the 6-way and becoming the 6-way champ. We forgot about that. I got that too. And like collecting all this gold and facing the best in the world, like I would have never saw any of this coming. And all I had to do was just keep my faith in check, keep my mind in check, and just keep moving forward. This is stuff that I always wanted. And I was excited for all these opportunities because, I mean, I feel like my whole career, I was always told that I was overrated and I didn't belong with the best guys. And for companies like House of Glory, Northeast, and Warrior to see beyond that and know what I bring to the table and give me guys like Rocky Romero or Brian Cage or Alex Shelley, or, I mean, the list goes on and on, Dante Martin, Will Ospreay, Red, Flip Gordon, the best guys that are out there, and I'm keeping up with them. I mean, it's got to show something. And, it gave me an opportunity to have some confidence and go on social media and cut these promos because I know I can talk. I know God gifted me with that. So to be able to do all that and for people to finally start taking notice and me winning these championships to show that you could trust me with a company and I can carry it on my back at only 22 years old, it feels pretty good. I mean, there's no other word for it, but blessed.
There you go. And I love the fact, shout out to House of Glory. We have to, praise them, praise that title. I was so excited just talking about Warrior Wrestling alone that, we have to give our props to House of Glory. Congratulations to that title win also. And, it's great seeing House of Glory coming back after the pandemic. And we're still kind of in the throes of it, but it's nice seeing what they're doing and seeing you being a face of that company as well. You also mentioned Brian Cage. I have to add the Papa to the top.
Oh, yeah, Papa Cage.
Brian Cage, because that's your dad. That's,
Oh, yes, it is. My illegitimate father.
Yes. It's so beautiful, the relationship that you both have and seeing the advancement of it. And I remember seeing the promo that you cut after your Warrior Wrestling win, and he was in the promo as well, just beaming like the proud dad that he was and still is. What is that relationship like between you and Papa Cage? And how did that actually begin?
It's crazy the way that it actually began, because it didn't even begin with me meeting Brian. It began with me meeting Melissa, his wife. And I remember I was about 17 years old, and Melissa just saw something in me. She was like, man, you're a star. Like, you're going to be something. And I wasn't anything at the time. I was kid Christian. I wasn't even KC Navarro yet. I wasn't blessed. I was a kid that loved candy at the time. And she introduced me to Brian. And Brian, I think, was kind of like oh, yeah, he's just another kid. Until we had a fatal four-way at a company called PPW in Pennsylvania for the X Division title. And it was in that moment where I think Brian saw something in me and saw confidence and saw that I wasn't afraid to go against a guy that's his size. And after that, Brian kept in contact with me. And, it's just amazing, like sitting and watching guys on television, right? And then the next thing you know, a few years later, you're cool with them, or they have your back and they want to see you win. And for Brian to always have my back always meant everything to me. And our relationship goes beyond wrestling. Like, literally, like, my mom and Brian Cage are friends. My real mom and Brian Cage are friends. Like, and Brian always tells my mom, like, man, like, I wish I was in the position he was when I was 22. Like, this kid is light years ahead. And for him to really believe in me like that means the world. So, I really appreciate Brian for everything he does for me. Gym advice, relationship advice, life advice. And, I'm just going to keep moving. I know he's proud of me, and I'm making my own path now, and he's letting me do it. And he's just enjoying watching it from the sidelines now.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's really nice. I mean, I even remember, and many of your fans, of both of you, remember seeing a little known rap battle that you both had. You know where this is going.
I do.
Flames. That was really cool. I watched that a few times. And now, is that something that both of you could see yourself doing again, whether it's against the Acclaimed or Max Caster, Anthony Bowen, shout out to the Acclaimed, or any other tag team perhaps?
I mean, I would love it. I mean, it was cool. I know a lot of people were excited for it. For me, it was cooler for the match that we had because a lot of people, some people know, some people don't, but Anthony Bones was like the first guy when I walked into wrestling school to have my back. And he's like a big brother to me. I mean, I've known Bowens my entire career. And for him to be across the ring from me and Brian, and me knowing Max Caster as long as I have, it was just a cool moment and a perfect match because the Acclaimed were rising and me and Papa Cage were making noise together. And for that to happen in Chicago was awesome. And I mean, I enjoyed working with Papa Cage. I mean, right now, I'm doing my thing as Warrior Champ. I know Papa Cage is watching my back as well in case anybody tries to mess with me, But, I'm sure at some point it definitely will happen in the future, I'm sure.
That's what's up. I mean, did you think that Max went a bit too far with you guys, or was it just, all right, we're just going to take the hits, just keep him coming? You held your composure.
What's funny about the whole thing? I know that me and him, like, Brian was like, oh, I can't rap. KC, you listen to Eminem. You like rapping. You do it. And I remember just going, I mean, I think you should do it, I really think that you should be the guy to do it. Nobody will expect it. But he was like, no. You got to be the guy to do it. Mm-hmm. And, next thing you know, we go out there. Caster's ripping us up. He's talking about me signing with MLW. And I shouldn't have been with Court Bauer. And then he's attacking Brian Cage for not being on TV. And I remember just looking at Brian going, I mean, are you going to really take that? And Brian just kind of ignored it. And then I remember grabbing the mic going, oh, yeah, you guys like that? And they were all cheering. I was like, yeah, you want to hear Papa Cage rap? And I remember Brian just looking at me going, oh, I don't. No. And I was like, yeah, you want to hear Papa Cage rap? Come on, Papa Cage. Handed him the mic. And then he just spits out this crazy rhyme going off on the Acclaimed. And I was like, what were you so nervous for? Like, he was ready. And it was just a fun moment. It really was.
It was great. And I definitely saw the look on his face at first, like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. And then you're absolutely right. As soon as he went on the mic, I'm thinking, Brian Cage? Where did this come from? What is that?
I know.
So that was a really excellent moment. You just mentioned MLW Court Bauer.
Yes.
It seems just like yesterday when, as I stated earlier, we were in Philadelphia talking in person, but also it seems
Right.
like yesterday you were signed to MLW. It's been quite
Yeah.
the year. So as months have passed, you found your footing in that promotion. How
Yes.
have things been for you in MLW, and where would you like to see things turn?
Oh man, it's been fantastic. Such a great learning experience in the last year. I mean, look at all the guys they continuously bring in, all the veteran talent. You know, I said it the last time that we spoke. I love how versatile that locker room is. You got some guys that are veterans, some guys that are brand new, some guys that have been on the indies and done it, some guys that have been to the top and done it. And like we're learning and working with all these guys, and it's like so cool. You know what I mean? And um I've been loving the things I've been doing. The story with Enzo, or some of my little matches that I've had working with the Lucha guys. I've never been in a Lucha Libre match, and being in a 6-man tag Lucha Libre match at an Intimidation. Was it Intimidation Games or Fusion? I don't know, but it was in Dallas. But it was awesome. It was so much fun. And, you know, the little stuff I'm doing with Myron right now. You know, the promo that we had, and the triple threat match I just aired with me, Myron, and Aris. Like, it's just so much fun, and I'm enjoying myself, and I can't wait to see what's next. Hopefully it's to win the middleweight title so I can add some gold to this, you know?
Yes, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the next title that you pick up, Casey. You've been doing fantastic work. I have to give a little shout out also to the fact that you were on the PWI 500 last year. 2022, it's coming up, so we'll wait and see where you stand on that list.
I'm very curious. Hopefully I skyrocket this year. I think so. I've been on a roll. Imagine if I'm like 500, I would die.
Yeah, hey, you know, I think it's safe to say that things are looking up. I can't give you a number. I can't give anyone a number. People are hitting me up saying, you know, what's happening? And I have to keep it mum as I'm with PW.
Right.
But, you know, your efforts haven't gone unnoticed. And it's been such a joy seeing and watching what you've been doing in the ring. One thing that I never got to ask you, and I would love clarification because I think people are still confused. You and Diamante's your sister, right?
Yes, she is.
Yes.
What
has that been like growing up together and just having this love of wrestling being cultivated to where it is now?
Beautiful, man. I mean, she's always been an inspiration to me. I mean, obviously she did it first. And, you know, her being a very strong female figure in my life, besides my mother, you know, and doing what I always loved and what we always loved and getting to that top level inspired me so much as a kid. Mm-hmm. And for me to chase it and then have moments where we either tagged or we wrestled, like those are very special moments for me. And I'm not very close with a lot of people in wrestling, but to say that like my best friend is my sister and my sister understands what I'm doing and I understand what she's doing, like most people don't understand wrestling like that. So, you know, I'm so proud of everything she's doing on AEW and what she's doing in life because she has cool projects coming up. She just filmed like a little movie thing that she did. Like, that's so cool. I want to be in a movie. And, you know, she's such an inspiration to me and always believes in me and always tells me what I'm doing right, I'm doing wrong. And I mean, who better than your own sister to guide you in the career path that you want to be in? And, you know, she gets it. She's doing it. Now I'm doing it. And I know she's super proud of me. I talk to her just about every day, even though we don't live next to each other. She's in Florida. Most of the time I'm in Jersey or I'm down in Miami. She's like in the Orlando, Tampa area. And, you know, to be able to talk to each other every day and pick each other up, inspire each other, like God could have blessed you with a better sister. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's lovely. I mean, did you both fall into love with wrestling at the same time, or was it one of you had a love first and then kind of introduced wrestling to the other?
Well, she had it first because she's about 8 years older than me. So she was about 8 when I was born. So she's loved it first. Okay. And it was me kind of like seeing her do her thing that kind of made me just go, wow, like let my sister go. The biggest thing for me though was that, and I think that's why like the majority of my career, like I didn't want anybody knowing that we were brother and sister because I didn't want that like, oh, he's only getting over because he has a sister in wrestling. Like I kind of wanted to make my own path and do it. If I was good enough, I'd be able to do it. I didn't need my sister's approval or my sister's name over me for people to be like, oh, he's only good or he's only liked because of her. because she's been doing her own thing and no one ever helped her. You know, she didn't have an older brother. We don't have an older brother or anything. She's the oldest. So, you know, she did it on her own and I wanted to do the same thing. And I thought that when I was at the point where I was like, all right, I'm starting to create buzz and I want to wrestle my sister and I want to do some things with her. Like, I think it's time for people to know. And it was around like, I told people around 2018, 19 in wrestling that we were actually brother and sister. So I was wrestling for about 3-4 years without anybody knowing.
Wow, that actually makes so much sense because I remember meeting you. This was around 2017, and I had, you know, even in 2018, I don't think I had personally any idea. It's only very recently, but I can understand that you want to have your own path and make your own way and kind of do it yourself, and it makes you feel good to be able to say, "I did this without XYZ's help." I completely understand that. But congratulations to you both because that's such a special thing to share a love of wrestling and to be able to support one another and help each other. It's really cool.
Like even in my new tattoo, like look, I got a little diamond right here. Wait, where is it? Wait, where? It's right here. There it is. And that's for her because she's my diamond. That's what Diamante stands for. It's diamond.
Yes. Oh, that's lovely.
So I always got my sister with me wherever I go in the world.
That's so nice. Does she have a tattoo in remembrance of you or?
I know she's getting one. I kind of did it without her knowing. And it was, when did I get the sleeve done? About 2 months ago. And I just kind of called her when I was out at the tattoo place. And I was like, hey, sis, you know, I love you, right? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, you know, you always say that you're always with me no matter where I go in wrestling. And like, you're always on my back. And she's like, yeah. I was like, well, you know, I told you I was getting some new tattoos. She was like, yeah, you were getting the Miami Heat thing. And blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, well, there's one that I didn't tell you I was getting. And then I showed her the diamond, you know, it got her. Because my sister, you can't crack her very often, but that got her. And that meant a lot to her. And I'm sure that at some point you're going to see some kind of tattoo representing me because I know she wants to get one.
I'm waiting. How long did that sleeve take for you?
About 3 hours.
Okay.
3-4 hours. Yeah, 3-4 hours. I'm a champ. I sit there. I take all the pain. I'm actually looking to get some more.
See, I've always heard it's an addiction in a way. Like once you start getting a tattoo, you just keep getting them. It's something about the feeling.
But my weird thing was like when I got this first one, like this blessed one on the inside of my arm, I was like, that's it. I'm only getting that. And that's gonna be it, right? And it wasn't like, oh, I want more because I have the urge to get more. It was just me being bothered that I just had all skin and then just tattoo right in the middle, in the inside part of my arm. And I'm like, no, I gotta cover this. And like all my favorite wrestlers had like tattoos. So as a kid, like I always wanted them. Like guys like Roman Reigns, look at him, he's got the whole sleeve. Randy Orton's got the 2 sleeves. The Rock, like, and I was like, man, I can't just sit here with this one random one. And then I started filling up around. Then I got the wing done. And I'm like, now I gotta keep filling it up now. So I got my forearm completely done. Now I gotta start working my way up.
All right, we're gonna wait to see the evolution of that sleeve on KC Navarro's blessed arm. Just continue to grow. I'm here for it. You know, you just stated your sister being in a movie and how you would like to be in a movie. Do you have any other projects that are non-wrestling that you're working on at the moment?
The only thing that I think is out that I can probably speak of is the little stuff I've been doing with Redcon 1. I'm a tier operator there. Brian Cage opened that door for me and I got to meet those guys. And not that long ago, I was there actually on my Instagram. When I was there, they filmed a little commercial shots for guys that want to join being a tier operator and stuff like that. And they used me as one. And I know that there's some cool things that we're all planning on doing that I can't speak of at Redcon, but when it happens, it's going to be like, whoa. So hopefully that happens soon. But yeah, I just filmed a little commercial with them that just came out on Instagram not that long ago. They put me for Redcon UK because they want to bring some people in from the UK. And, you know, my thing was cool because I was like, you want to be blessed? You want to be a tour operator? Like, that was cool. I got to do my own thing too. It wasn't like I had to be like a robot and read off a script. Like I got to do it my way, which was really cool. But besides all that, you know, I just know that I'm a big content guy. Obviously you follow me on social media. I just got verified on Instagram too. So, you know, sort of become more official, becoming a big boy now, growing up in wrestling. And there's just so many cool things I want to do. A big inspiration of mine is The Rock. I mean, look what The Rock did. He wasn't just a wrestler. He did his time in wrestling, and when he got the opportunity to do a movie, he did it. And then he became the best at doing movies. And now he's got his own fitness line with Under Armour. He's got his own tequila. Like he's doing his thing, and that stuff inspires me because wrestling isn't forever. And I think we all know that. Our bodies can only take so much. And I never had a backup plan. I was bullied so bad in school that I didn't care about school. I just cared about being the best in wrestling because I was told I'd never do it and I was too small for it. Now, when I get to a point in my career, when I get to the top, I know that at some point I want to venture out and do movies. Everybody tells me I got charisma and I got all this and that. To be honest, I don't see it. They do, which is cool. But I would love to do movies. I would love to do commercials. I'm not 6'1", but I would model maybe for I don't know, Baby Gap. I don't know, whatever I can fit in. But, I would like to do different things. And, recently I was told, hey, Casey, you should really get back on TikTok. And I'm like, I used TikTok during the pandemic because I had nothing to do. But now, I'm looking at TikTok and I'm seeing how big of a platform that is. And I'm like, man, that can be a way for me to get into different things or put over my wrestling stuff and get new fans. So, I'm looking at doing different things, but only time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, those all are viable options. There's so much that you can do outside of wrestling right now. And really, as cliched as it sounds, the world is your oyster. You have the pick of the litter, and you can model, Casey. At this stage in 2022, your height, don't even worry about it.
And look how different I am. I got pink hair. Where's Gucci at? I'm wearing their stuff all the time. Where's Versace at? What's up from the feet to the neck up? And they're not calling me? They better get on it, man. They better get on it.
Exactly. You have the look. You have a certain look. It's marketable. I'm getting into a tangent. I'm speaking the business part of me is popping up. But you can do anything you set your mind to. And your career in wrestling certainly proves that. I mean, for any wrestler that's coming up, and I'm sure you have wrestlers that come to you asking for advice, what's the number one thing that you would tell them to just keep tabs on as they're trying to navigate their way into this new era, really, of the industry?
My best advice for them is always believe in yourself no matter what, because you only got you at the end of the day. You can have 1,000,001 friends at a job, but at the end of the day, if they have an opportunity to see that you're about to get a promotion, but they want it, they'll stab you in the back to get that promotion. And that's anybody, literally anybody. My own sister can stab her back on me tomorrow. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying she would ever do that, but it's just an example. I'm saying, but it can be the closest people to do that. But all you have is yourself to get you to the top. And if you believe that something works and you believe that you're the best at what you do, believe in that and prove people wrong and do everything you can to do it and venture out into different things to show people man, this guy's got it. This guy's a star. That was my biggest thing was, a lot of people thought the Blessed thing was stupid. Well, it's working out for me now. And I'm gaining more of a fan base from people that, believe in God and stuff like that. And I don't talk big, my character's not super only a religion thing. But I recently, I was just that warrior, and a fan from a different country that was from South America came up to me and brought me a mini Bible to travel with.
Wow.
I'm and it's just amazing to me. And I did the autism awareness, I was raising money for autism awareness, and I created Blessed to Be Different shirts. And a fan came up to me at House of Glory on Saturday, and he actually made me this. And he told me that he had autism, and he got my shirt, and he made me a little belt that I believe I have over there upstairs in my room. And it's just amazing that I'm able to touch hearts because I believed in me and I believed in my vision, and nobody told me how to do it, or, even though they tried, if I didn't believe that was the way, and I truly believed in my heart that what I'm saying is going to get me there and it's going to work because it's coming from me, then I'm going for it. And I always left my faith in God too. And I'm not going to say everybody's got their different beliefs, right? I can't tell you, oh, you have to believe in God and God's going to do it for you. I can't tell you to do that. That's not me. But that's always worked for me. But like I said, the biggest thing was I always had me. And I always had to believe in me, because when I was bullied, there was no one there to save me. My mom always brings up to this day that it bothers her that I never brought it up to her, that I was getting bullied as bad as I did in school. Because I'd be sad coming home, but I never explained why. But the one thing that helped me was wrestling. And, it kept me strong, but I always believed in myself. And I always used to tell people, okay, watch me. The last thing I said to everybody when I graduated high school, and I looked at all those faces of the kids that didn't believe in me, the last thing I said when I was walking down was, remember this face. That's all I said, because I knew that years after high school, I was going to be somebody. And I'm not at the point now where I'm a somebody. Maybe in some people's eyes I am. In my eyes, I'm not. Or in my heart, I'm not yet. And, I go to my gym and I'm getting noticed now. I go to malls, I get noticed now. I mean, obviously the hair plays a big role. I mean, if I don't have the hat, I don't know what knows it's me. But, it's because I believed in it. Like, the pink hair was very left field, but I did it because I was like, man, like, I believe it can work. And if it didn't work, hey, trial and error, right? That's another big thing I would say to them is, try something. And if it doesn't work, whatever, move on to the next thing. There's always going to be something. So yeah, that's probably the best advice I can give. I know that was very long, but that is probably the best advice I would give.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I'm so curious to know, has anyone from high school contacted you after seeing perhaps one of your matches or recognizing you on the street? Or I would love to know if that's something that's happened and what you said if it had happened.
Yeah. It actually happened yesterday.
Oh, wow.
It happened yesterday and it happened a few months ago. Most of the time, if they message me, it kind of ends up in my request box on Instagram and stuff like that. So I don't really see it. And if I do, I kind of just, whatever. But like, obviously in person, it's different. I've always tried to stay humble. I've always tried to be a good person. And when I was in the mall one day, one of my biggest bullies actually saw me and he was like, "Oh, KC, is that you?" And I looked over and I was like, "Oh, hey," like, because I didn't expect it. And like, he was telling me how he sees everything I'm doing. And like, it's amazing. Like, oh man, I always knew you were going to make it type of thing. And it's like, on the inside, I'm like, wow, you got some nerve because you tortured me for years, almost 12 years, telling me I wasn't going to be anything. And call me every name in the book and I was never going to make it anywhere. Now you're telling me you always knew. But to his face, I was like, man, like, thank you, man. Like, I appreciate it. I'm doing my thing and I'm happy and I'm healthy. And, I hope you stay the same and, stay blessed, bro. Like, I appreciate you. And then you just keep on moving, man. There's no need to hold down a conversation or, be rude to anybody, like for what? Like, okay, we were all kids, whatever. They didn't believe in me, whatever. But to lie to my face and say, you always believed in me, but for 12 years, you were telling me I should jump off a bridge because I'm never going to make it anywhere. I don't know. Like, I'm never going to forget that, but I'm never going to wish harm upon anybody. I'm never going to wish the worst on anybody. People say stupid things and, I was just kind of like, whatever. Yesterday, I had to go to a meeting for my little brother for his football team. And one of the coaches was a kid that bullied me. "Oh man, no way." And he came up and he was like, "Dude, how are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm good, man." And he's like, "Oh man, like, I can't believe seeing all your stuff, man. I heard you're a champion, bro. You're a champion." I'm like, "Yeah, man. Can you believe it? Isn't it crazy? Like, who would have thought?" Right. And he just goes, "Yeah, man, who would have thought?" And I'm like, "I know, crazy. Hey, man, I wish I could keep talking, but, I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope I see you soon." And I just keep it moving. I always show my appreciation for them showing love now, but I never will forget what they did. I'm a big forgive and never forget type of guy. I know it's so bad, but like, I will never, ever be rude to anybody. I just don't have the heart for that. I could never do that. But I just always show appreciation to the people that believe in me and to the people that doubt me, because the people that believe in me are pushing me to move forward every day. And the people that doubt me are the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I have to prove something wrong. I have to prove them wrong. And I have to prove myself right. I have to prove my believers right. And that's why, like you said earlier in the interview, you saw my interview after my match when I won the Warrior title. And Papa Cage was behind me, right? And the first thing I said was, "Oh, you veterans wanted to doubt me, right? You wanted to talk about me. All you greenhorns was like new guys. All you new guys wanted to talk about me. I'm cocky, right? Well, who's the guy now? While all you guys were doubting me and not giving a chance to know who I was, and instead you just wanted to go off the character that I play on TV or in the ring, you wanted to talk about me behind my back and try to stop me from opportunities. But my hard work overshadowed all that. And look at me now. And if those same people were to come up to me tomorrow and apologize, I'd accept it. But I never forget what they said about me. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of myself. And, I'm just all thanks to God, man. Without God, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So Yeah.
No, thank you for sharing that story because going through something such as bullying in your youth, it's hard. Um,
Yeah.
and that's just a very vague way to gloss over it. And I'm not trying to gloss over it. A
Right.
lot of us have gone through certain forms of bullying, but you never forget that. And the fact that you were able to look your bullies in the eye and still forgive them. I mean, it takes a really strong person and a
Yeah.
really humble person to do that. So thank you for sharing that story because I know it's
Right.
going to inspire a lot of people
Yeah.
watching this and a lot of people that might be going through something similar right now. So thank you for using those experiences to help drive your success and to be the ambitious person that you are. And I just mean that, one-on-one, because you have your fans, you have people that believe in you, KC, and thank you for pushing through because look at what's happened now.
Yeah.
Congratulations. My last question for you is what's next? What's next for KC Navarro?
Well, hopefully I can add some more hardware and I can keep adding more titles. Because, a lot of people are saying, KC, you're too late. You got to put on some weight. Well, I added 20 pounds and I look to add another 10. So I'm just going to keep probably going after titles, facing the best, and inspiring the next generation. I just want to keep doing my thing and, work hard. I want to give my family a better life, keep investing in my career, keep moving forward, keep proving people wrong, keep proving, like I always tell you jokingly, like that I'm the one to watch right now. Like earlier today, I saw a dude with 19 followers that did a review. Like, in case some people don't know, I see everything. I research and see everything because critiques help me, whether it's coming from a veteran or, somebody backstage or a fan, I want to know. I want to know what they like, what they don't like. And this one guy happened to say that I didn't live up to anybody at Warrior. Like, I don't compare to a Will Ospreay, and I don't compare to a Brian Cage, a Lance Archer, or a Brian Pillman Jr., a Blake Christian, that I'm not good enough to be with them. And I'm a mid-carder at best, and I don't belong in the main event. Wow. Well, I appreciate that, pal, because you have no idea what you just started. So what's next? Definitely proving that guy wrong because he doesn't believe in me. And I got to prove why I won this because there's a reason why I won it. It's not because, they need a transitional champion because Will Ospreay can't be there. No, I did it because for the last year, I proved that I could keep up with the best. Literally from June 5th to now. So since right before I debuted for MLW and when I debuted for Warrior, I'd say that's probably when everything started. So when I debuted at Warrior to sign with MLW to everything after that, I've been proving everybody wrong. And I've been keeping up with the best because all I've been wanting is the best. And even the best up-and-comers, like shout out to Encore. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Encore from House of Glory. That kid's phenomenal. Shout out to Steve Gipke, my trainer in the gym. He's doing his thing with his new dark STG character. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Check out those two guys. And there's so many more guys that are coming up that are making noise. And, this next generation is going to be strong. And I want to inspire that next generation. And that's what I want to do next, is just be that guy to carry the next generation to the next level and show that, hey, man, it's not all about the moves. Like, Candace, you've seen me since, like you said, 2017.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I went from doing crazy things and super spotty things to being straight up a character and, like, showing that I can talk. I can talk in the microphone and I can do more things. And I worked out and now I can do some power moves and power bombing dudes now. I'm picking up guys like Brian Cage who are almost 300 pounds of muscle. Like, be innovative, be different, show the world who you are and always believe in yourself. Like, I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I always say that. I hate that. Baby face heel. Nah, man, I'm not good. I'm not bad. I'm blessed. That's what I always say. The people that believe in me, thank you. I'm always going to show love. If I'm a bad guy and I'm walking around, you put your hand out, I'm going to give you a high five because you know what? You're believing in me. Look at Conor McGregor. Look at the guys in the UFC, right? There are no guys or bad guys in that, right? But I look at a guy like Conor McGregor and he talks a lot of smack. But man, when he goes in that octagon, he can back it up. Obviously not recently, but in the beginning of his career, when he was in his prime, he was. Jorge Masvidal, another Miami guy, him too. And that's what I want to do, man. I want to be able to talk my smack and back it up in that ring. And I feel like for the last year, that's what I've been doing. So PWI again, the one to watch right here. And that's what I want to do. So what's next? Be the best, win some more gold, continue to inspire, give my family a better life, leave my faith in God, and keep moving forward.
I love it. I love it. Check, 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 and check.
Bam.
There you go. It's always a blessed time speaking with you, KC.
Thank
And,
you.
you know, like I said, from 2017 onwards, the evolution of your career has just been magical to watch. I personally can't wait to see what happens next. And I know our fans here at PWI and FaceTurn can't wait to see that either. So once again, congratulations on your win.
Thanks so much.
Stay safe.
Well,
Keep it
you
going.
too.
And I'm sure I'll see you at a show very shortly. I'm sure
100%. It's got to happen.
And we'll most likely have another interview because I have a feeling there's going to be some more really fantastic things coming up for you in wrestling and outside of wrestling. So that third interview is going to happen. So I'm looking forward
100%.
to it. All right.
Me too. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on here and speak about my career and everything I'm doing in life. Any opportunity for that, I appreciate greatly. So Candace, thank you for always believing in me and giving me this opportunity. I'm truly blessed for the opportunity. So thank you.
You're so very welcome, KC. Thanks for coming on to my show. And thank you all for watching this episode, this truly blessed episode with myself and KC Navarro here at FaceTurn with Candace, Cordelia. Stay tuned for more exclusives with your favorite wrestlers and other personalities in the industry, because as I always say, you never know who I'm going to interview next. Until then, see you later.